Serena, it's been a while. I was really surprised. I never thought that your brother was my boyfriend. I know, I'm surprised too. I heard he has a beautiful and smart sister, so I was expecting a lot. But I never thought it would be a nerd like you. I doubt my boyfriend's eyes a little. Andrew says something like that. Yes, that's why I wanted to tell him that you're my coworker who's the goofer at work. I didn't say it because we went to see your parents for our wedding announcement though. I'm just doing my job properly. That's why people don't like you. You look gloomy. And boss likes you even though you don't have a good face. Oh, are you having an affair with him? Don't speak like that. It's just a joke. Don't take it seriously. And don't get cocky just because I'm going to be your sister-in-law, okay? I'm already disappointed because you're going to become my family. What am I supposed to say to my coworkers? I don't think you have to tell them. They find out at the wedding. We're planning to have a big wedding, so we're going to invite a lot of people from the company. Oh, that's right! Why don't you come as a co-worker instead of a family member? Nobody will notice, right? I don't think my brother and parents would accept that. That's the thing. I can handle it if it's only you. Oh, please tell your family that you and I are good friends at work, okay? I act like that too, just in case. I know. My brother cares about you, and he even decided to marry you. I'm not going to ruin it, so. I'm glad to hear that. I won't tell how you're treated at the company. You don't want your family to find it out, do you? A person Andrew respects a lot doesn't have human rights at the company. I never thought I had no human rights. Oh no, please, don't pretend to be you're fine. You're always being made to work overtime from younger co-workers. Everyone's treating you like a fool. You're the only one who's treating me like that. That's not true. At least in my group, you're in charge of working overtime. Casey, I've told you many times. I think you should at least do your assigned work properly. You're getting paid, and besides, you won't earn any skills, will you? Huh? Stop preaching me. We're not at work. Besides, I'm better at talking to people than doing paperwork. I'll move department to a sales job or planning position, so don't worry. Fine. Are you trying to say that a general affairs job don't fit you? That's right. By the way, I don't want you to live with your parents. I hate seeing you every time I go over there. So don't just start living on your own. I lived alone for a while. But my mother got sick last year and had surgery, so I came back. But your mother feels better now. What's the point of you still staying by her side? Well, that's true, but if I live with my parents, I just have to pay the living expenses and don't have to pay for the rest. I'm taking this opportunity to save up some money. That's the reason. Well, I don't think you can get married. Plus, you need money to live on your own, right? But I don't want you to be involved in my life as much as possible. So please get out of your parents' house soon. Serena! Please prepare the documents the chief asked for by the end of the day. Casey, isn't that your job? But Andrew and I are going to look for a new house after work. It seems he suddenly found a good place, so he wants me to take a look at it as soon as possible. You do what your lovely brother's wife asks, won't you? You haven't gotten married yet. We're definitely getting married. I can't help you. I have work to do too. I guess you have to finish them on time. I'm not saying to help me. I'm telling you to do everything. What are you talking about? If that's the case, I can't take the job. Don't you understand your position yet? I've acted nicely since you're older than me, but I can take a shit like you, quit the company right away. How can you do that? Do you remember a girl named Sandy who was my friend in the sales department? I'm the one who made her quit. What? She's a nerd like you, but she went to the popular department. She quit just because I picked on her a little. She shouldn't have gotten cocky, although she's weak. That's what happened. You don't want to be like that, do you, Serena? Well, then listen to me. I'll use you a lot while we're in the same department. Oh, and you got a wedding invitation from Andrew, right? Yes, I got it from him yesterday. So, I'd like to ask you a favor. The wedding gift should cost $30,000. Huh? $30,000? You can't afford it, right? No way. $30,000 isn't an easy amount to pay. You say you're saving money. A nerd like you with no boyfriend must have saved up quite a bit, right? Besides, your cute little brother is getting married. You can't afford it, my sister-in-law. Let me think. You have no right to think about it. I won't quit my job even if I get married, which means I can do whatever I want to you at work or at home. Plus, your parents love me a lot too. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in the world who's on your side if you do the right thing. I believe that there will be some people who will support you. The kind of pretentiousness won't work in this society. No matter how much you try to sue me, there are many ways to get away with it. Are you sure to say such things to me? I can show this conversation to my brother, you know? Then I'll cry and tell him that you forced me to do it. Or I can say that you picked this conversation. See, here's so many ways. He'll just trust me more than you. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm glad you understand. A low-key ugly nerd like you is supposed to be used by people like me. I'll email you the documents later. Please make sure to finish it by the end of the day, Casey. Hey, Serena. I haven't received the wedding gift yet. When are you going to give it to me? I'm sorry. You say you want it in cash, right? I don't have time to go to the bank. Why don't you just go during your lunch break? Use your brain. You know it's $30,000. I'm scared to bring that much money to work. I have the wedding ceremony in a few days. I have to get a facial and cosmetic treatments. It's going to cost a lot of money. But it's a wedding gift. Can I just give it to you at the wedding? There's no way my kind Andrew will receive $30,000. So you're trying to keep it a secret from him and keep the money to yourself. I'm inviting a single creepy lady to my wedding. You can afford that in return, right? Just give me $30,000. It's no use for you to have money to yourself. Hey, Casey, you know what? My brother is looking at this conversation too. Huh? He looks really shocked. I mean, of course he will. The one who was supported to be a kind and lovely wife was trying to take money from his sister behind his back. Wait a minute. This is a joke, right? You don't have courage to do so, do you? It's true. Haven't you heard from my brother? I just received it. He wants to reconsider about their marriage. Right. I'm sorry to hear that. Wait! Do something about it, please, Serena! Or else I'll seriously make it impossible for you to stay at work. Fine. Go ahead. Huh? You'll regret what you just said. I want to know what you can do. You're an ugly lady who can't do anything. Anyway, make him change his mind. Otherwise, I'll hunt you down from tomorrow. Okay, fine. I'll look forward to it. Serena, can I have a minute? Yeah, fine. I just finished work. Since you're suddenly told to stay at home, your coworkers look busy. Oh, Well, we can always manage without you. I know it must have been hard for the people in your group because they were always slacking off. Um, I'm really sorry about everything. For what? For pushing you to do my work and making your work late. And picking on you. I'm fine, that's like my job. I didn't know you're in human resources. Yeah, because I was hiding from the most employees. I heard that some people were harassing certain people and forcing them to quit. And my purpose was to find out who they are. You wouldn't say out loud that you were here to investigate, would you? You intentionally pretended to be a ordinary employee. I wasn't pretending to be such an employee. I was doing what I was supposed to do. It's just that all the girls who quit so far have been quiet. So I was wondering if I might be a target. It's funny how quickly you started making fun of me. I'm sorry, I got too cocky. I really respected you, Serena. I don't need to hear that kind of thing. I know what you really are, and I'm sick of it. The company found out I was picking on you, and Andrew is going to break off our engagement because of my attitude towards you. I'm hitting the rock bottom now. Oh my, that's tough. I feel sorry for you, but it's all your fault, isn't it? Yes, but I'm really sorry for what I did. You're too late. Don't say it's too late. I really tried to change my mind and do my best. You know, Casey, you're not a student anymore. I know. If you really understood, you would understand how childish harassing people is, wouldn't you? I've heard that even part-timers do it. What are you going to do by looking down? You think it's okay for you to do it just because others are doing it too. Exactly what a child thinks. I was just trying to get you in trouble. Sandy moved to the sales department, which I wanted to be in. She didn't care on her outfit before, but she even started wearing makeup. What's wrong with that? People are not allowed to care on their appearance. It's important to care how you look in the sales department. Maybe her coworker pointed out to her. I don't think it's any of your business. It's just, we were saying that she became cocky. So you think it's okay to harass people? You really are so childish and arrogant in the way how you think that it's hard to believe both of us are adults. The company pays you to do a job in exchange for a salary. They don't have money to pay employees who skip work and harass others. It was my dream to work for this company. That's why I worked so hard to get into college. I don't want to be fired. Isn't that the same to Sandy, whom you may quit? Just because of your selfishness. She was driven into a corner because of your mood. I wonder how she felt when she quit. I apologize to Sandy. There's no need to. Huh? That's what she said. You talked to her? At first, she didn't want to talk about anything. When I told her you admitted the harassment, she cried and said she didn't really want to quit the company. That's unreasonable, isn't it? She didn't hurt anyone like you did. I'm really sorry. And it wasn't just Sandy who was being hurt. My brother Andrew was also really depressed when he found out the truth. It took him 2 weeks to see that message, since I told him that I don't agree to his marriage. That's why he's been so cold lately. But you didn't have to ruin our marriage. We really loved each other. I wouldn't have disagreed if you had been just an unskilled employee. My brother seemed happy, and he trusted you. But I found out the fact you made some people quit their job. Plus, you tried to take $3,000 from me. To be honest, I think it's crazy if I didn't tell him. I'm sorry, Serena. I'm really sorry. Is that so? I think all you did was making excuses. Why would you say that? You don't know how I feel. I think it's your duty to laugh and forgive the mistakes and errors of younger people. This is what happens when you can't just laugh and forgive. Besides, I don't want to understand the feelings of people like you. You skip work and put other people down. I don't even want to think of you as a coworker. And see, you're opposing me again. I didn't mean to oppose you. It was just an opinion. Besides, Sandy told you that I didn't have to apologize. Casey, people who were hurt will always remember it. Sandy hasn't forgiven you. If you have the energy to argue, please realize on your immaturity and regret how much you hurt others from the bottom of your heart. Now you understand the pain of being driven into a corner, don't you? After that, Casey was fired from the company because she was the one who forced Sandy to quit. This was not only because of the harassment, but also because she was not always diligent. In addition, the employees who were around Casey were transferred to a different department and their salaries were reduced. Plus, her engagement to my brother was called off and their wedding was cancelled. Since she lost her job and fiancé, she was shocked that she collapsed and was sent to the hospital. I heard that she's now back at her parents' house to recuperate, but no one is sympathetic with her. At first, when a co-worker who made fun of me became my brother's fiancé, I felt my brothers didn't have good eyes to judge people. But I couldn't stand up the fact how she made people quit her job and made me pay $30,000. It was really painful when I had to tell my brother the truth. But now he laughs and says that he is glad that I told him about it before she became a family. This must have been a forgettable story in her life, but I am sure that the people who have been hurt in the past felt the same way. I don't know how she will live her life, but I hope she will never make the same mistake again. And then Sandy, who quit the job after being bullied by Casey, had not found a new job yet, so I asked her to come back to the company. Of course, I apologized for not noticing that she was forced to quit, and I also promised to support her and adjust the system to ensure that this case will never happen again. Since the company is a large organization, it is difficult for someone to be aware of everything that happens. There may be only a little bit of what we can do as human resources, but I will do my best to reach out to those who are troubled by the absurdity of the situation. I will continue to take pride in my work and do my best so the diligent and honest people do not lose out.
Elise, why didn't you tell me about the change of the date of the lunch meeting? I thought it was today, so I'd been waiting since noon, you know? Sorry. I messaged everyone individually, but I just forgot to let you know. I think it's really on purpose, isn't it? What makes you think that? Elise, you've been very hostile towards me. Last time, didn't you also lie to me about the other meeting place? As you can see, when you do the same thing twice, I am inclined to doubt you. Well, Ayla, I guess it's true that I don't like you much. What did I do that you didn't like? Ayla, unlike some of my other mom friends, you don't follow what I say. Even though I'm the boss mom of this group, you're acting sassy. If I do whatever you tell me to do, then aren't you just making fun of me? Besides, you have to be clear about what you want to say. I'm just not comfortable with it. That's the point! You just said, yes, that's right. It would have been good if you just kept obeying. In other words, but you always give me your opinion every time. In other words, you don't like me because I'm being sassy, and so that's why you're harassing me? When it comes to raising children, I don't think that kind of thing is good. Oh my god, you're so annoying. Oh, by the way, are you coming to the upcoming Mom Club's trip? You're being kind of rude. I'll be there for the trip, of course. It feels like I'm the one who planned most of it anyways. Oh, so you stuck your nose into the travel plans this time, huh? My husband works for a travel agency, so I only ran for secretary because I thought I could help. Your husband, as I recall, he works for a major travel agency, doesn't he? Yes. Well, unlike my husband, I don't think he has a similar position. No, my husband is a department head. What? I mean, he's not much older than my husband, and the company isn't as well known as the one where my husband works. I'm getting even angrier. I didn't mean to offend you. You make me feel bad talking to you. Well, let's drop this conversation now, shall we? I'm too busy, so please excuse me. Several days later. Ayla, it's about the upcoming trip with the Moms Club, but they changed the meeting time to 1 p.m. What? Why all of a sudden? Actually, a mom who is a member of the group just can't make it at 10 o'clock, so I decided to change the time. Do the other moms know? Of course! I've already given messages to the other members of the group individually. Isn't it faster if you just sent it as a group message? If it's a group message, maybe they won't look at it, right? It's an important message, so I had to contact you individually. But will the tickets be okay? It's okay. I've made arrangements for you. Okay. Are you doubting me by any chance? That's because you've done the same thing to me twice. I'm so sorry about that. I think I was out of my mind. If you're mad at me, I'll get down on my knees and apologize. No, you don't have to go that far. I'm not angry with you in the first place. Ayla, you are so sweet. It kind of brought tears to my eyes. Are you really crying? Yeah, I'm crying because I'm so moved. Okay. For now, the meeting time will be at 1 p.m., right? Yeah, don't come in early, okay? Why? I don't see anything wrong with getting there early. Why don't you take the time to get some rest? Ayla, you are a hard worker. You must be tired of housework and childcare every day. That is also the case with you, Elise. We're both housewives, so we're in this together. Well then, I'll see you at 1 p.m. on the day itself. It's not 10, it's 1. You don't have to say it over and over again. 1 p.m. Well, I'll be looking forward to it. Travel day. Ayla, you're a sleepyhead, aren't you? When are you going to show up at the meeting point? Everyone is already here, you know? Good morning. Oh no, wasn't it at 1 p.m. today? Sorry, I made a mistake with the time of the flight. We'll go first, you don't have to come. I already have everyone's ticket. Huh? Have you forgotten? This trip was booked by me, and I even arranged the tickets, remember? Oh, yes. You have the tickets for the 10 a.m. departure. You don't even have a ticket. How are you going to get on the plane? Even if you buy it now, you won't make it in time for departure, you know? That can't be helped. Then I'll just explain it to my friends and let them know what's going on. We'll leave on the next flight. I know it hurts to have to spend extra money, but I don't have a choice. They're saying that they don't feel like traveling with you, though. Huh? Actually, I and a few other moms know about your attempt to set me up. What do you mean? After receiving a call from you about the time change, I checked with my other mommy friends. They then said that none of them had ever heard of the time change, so I realized that you've been trying to set me up again. Why did you even check? Isn't it obvious? As you can imagine, even I would be suspicious if you did the same thing twice. I'm not that stupid. Wait a minute. Then why is it that even though I lied to you about the meeting time, the other mommy friends are here? And you say that they don't want to travel with me? I don't understand what you mean. That is, until the day of the trip, we'd been pretending that we knew nothing. Huh? We were trying to discuss how to interact with you in the future, depending on what you'll do today. Then, if I had set you up as planned, you'd all stop interacting with me? Yes. We all know your selfish behavior, and we got fed up. And we're looking for a good opportunity to stop talking to you. But I'm the boss mom that everyone loves, right? You said you'd all stop seeing me? I think the idea itself is strange, don't you? In your case, you're just a self-proclaimed boss mom. It's not self-proclaimed. You all treated me like a leader. If you were adored as a leader, I don't think the moms would leave you though, would they? In fact, even now, you're alone, right? Huh? When did they disappear? While you were preoccupied with messaging me, they went back home. Went back home? Then what about today's trip? I don't know. Elise, why don't you go alone? We were all supposed to travel together today, weren't we? Are you saying that we all won't go? We're talking about going another day. The plane ticket for today got wasted, but when you think about it, they all got excused from going with you, they said. Hey, and that includes my ticket? They'll give me my money back, right? Normally, you would have taken care of the rest for us, so isn't it reasonable to bear the burden? Huh? Because you were trying to exclude me from the group, you've ruined everyone's trip, you know. If you change your mind on the day of the trip, you could have let me know the original time or something, at the very least. It's too bad because we could have had a normal trip. Then that means no trip today? That's right. I'll be in trouble. I told my family that we're going on a mom's club trip today, you know? For today's trip, I got my in-laws to take care of my kids. If I told you that the trip was cancelled on short notice, it would look suspicious. That has nothing to do with us. Why don't you just be honest with your family? Or if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, you could go on a trip alone. What the hell? You're really trying to exclude me from the group, aren't you? The first one to leave me out of the group was you, though. I've heard from other moms, but if you don't like someone, even just a little, you have no problem leaving them out of your group. I'm not trying to exclude you from anything! Before me, there was Carla, whom you victimized, it seems. Carla was very kind and had been getting along just fine, but in the end, it seems she got pretty stressed. Shut up! That was because Carla's daughter was bad for not giving the role of princess to my daughter while they were in the playground. When I told them that my daughter was more gorgeous, she said that she can't allow anyone to say anything bad about her kid and snapped at me. She has every right to be angry about that. On the contrary, you wouldn't feel good if someone said something bad about your own children, would you? I won't let anyone speak ill of my daughter. I think people like that should go to hell. In the same way that you prioritize your kid above all the other kids, we too care very much of our own children. If so, the boss mom's kid should be respected more than the other children, right? Can you even understand that much? I can't keep up with you anymore. In the first place, we don't think of you as the boss. Huh? You took on that position on your own and behaved as if you were one. But a leader is a person, isn't someone who manipulates others to do what he or she wants them to do, you know? As they think about each and every member, they also recognize the people who coordinate everything, I think. Shut up! I've lived on this land longer than you have, you know? I'm the one who knows this land inside and out. Even though I was trying to form a group and become friends with you guys, this is how you return the favor, huh? So you're saying that since you've lived on this land longer than we have, you want to say that you're great? Of course! If you ever disobey me in the future, you'll pay for it. Did you listen to what I just said? We're not going out with you anymore, is what I said. We would never go traveling and eating out with you, even if you invited us. Oh, really? Then fine. I will get all my other mom friends together and go traveling or whatever. Okay. I don't know if you'll ever find a friend, but good luck. I'll find them. You'll see. I'll give them an even more luxurious trip too. Several days later. Hi, Ayla. I need to talk to you about something. May I? What is it? Oh, thank God you answered. So, what's the story? I just wanted to apologize for acting like I didn't care about whatever you guys wanted to do. I'm so sorry. I never thought I would hear an apology from you. My husband was so angry with me after that time. I realized I was in the wrong. I would have done the same thing if another mom friend had done it to me. It makes me sick, and I'm glad you understood. So, I'd like to join you on that trip. Do you mean the Moms Club trip that we're planning for? Yeah, I thought I'd like to go with everyone. Huh? Aren't Moms Club members the only people who are supposed to be invited to the trip? I know, but you couldn't get any members together, so you're thinking of trying to make up with us and have you join us on the trip, right? How did you know that I couldn't get any members together? I heard it from another group of moms. They said that you persistently invited them to travel with you, so they were troubled. Troubled? Elise, it's because you're famous, even in other mom groups, as someone who is annoying and selfish, you see. Did they call me that behind my back? It seems so. By the way, Elise, on that last trip, the fact that you had tried to exclude me from the group has already spread around. I knew it! After that trip was over, the other group of moms felt like they were distancing themselves from me. They'd say hello, but then they'd just leave. It's not the first time, though, that you're not well thought of by those around you. Oh, right. I feel hurt more and more. In order for people to not distance themselves from you anymore, you should change the way you behave around people from now on. Yes, so back to my point, but I guess I can't travel together with you guys? I alone cannot make that decision. Well, then why don't you ask some of the other mom friends? I asked in the group chat. Everyone hates the idea. If it's just a meet and greet, it's not a big deal. They do not want to have interact with you any further. Oh, no, please. If you do this, no group will want to let me join in, too. I don't want to be alone for the sake of my children. Sorry, but no matter how many times you say it, the answer remains the same. To be honest, I also don't like interacting with you anyways. What the hell? I'm already humbling myself before you, so you should have taken it. You could just cancel your trip. No, we will not cancel it, because we intend to implement it as planned. Then I'll call it off. Huh? What are you thinking? Don't underestimate my power as the boss, Mom. Several days later. Elise, this is such a childish thing to do. What's fun about this? What are you talking about? Elise, right? I called the hotel to cancel. Huh? What are you talking about? There's no use in playing dumb. We know everything. But I told them your name and I said please cancel. He said yes, you know? If you say so, then the culprit, as I've expected, was you, wasn't it? Actually, that hotel is owned by a relative of mine. Is that so? Your husband works for a major travel agency, and you said his relatives run a high-end hotel. What the hell are you? It just so happened that it was my aunt who answered the phone, so they contacted me right away. It seemed that you were trying to ruin our trip, but the trip will proceed tomorrow as planned. It's unfortunate, isn't it? What? What? Why didn't it work? This time, of course, I've reported it to your husband, so... My husband? Of course I mean your husband. What? He said that you're a woman who never learns and apologized to me. Also, in addition to the ticket cancellation fee from last time, he said that he'll even offer to pay me a settlement fee. Of course, I didn't intend to punish your husband, so I said no. Huh? My husband? Did he pay the cancellation fee? Yes, he did. He came all the way to my house and brought me the money. We exchanged contact information too, at the time, in case something happened in the future. I didn't know that! I didn't expect it to be so useful so soon. My husband! What did he say? He said he had lost all confidence in being with you, you know. What? Don't tell me he's getting a divorce! I don't know if you'll have to ask your husband about that. Wait! I don't want a divorce! Please, explain to my husband that it was a misunderstanding. I don't want to. In the first place, the fact is that you've tried to screw up our trip twice, right? As you can imagine, we've had to go through the same thing twice. I can't just keep quiet about it. I'm sorry. I've been a little bit mad myself, and that's why I've been saying, I think there are things that you should and shouldn't do. Just because you don't get your way, it doesn't mean that you should bother people. I'm sorry. That's enough. For now, we'll just have to wait and see what happens later. I think I'll let your husband take care of it. I don't know what to do. I just got pissed off the other day. My husband says there won't be a next time. You may not be forgiven next time, maybe. Then does that mean I have to leave the house? I don't know that. You have to decide on it as a couple, so... No! I absolutely hate being alone. All of this was brought about by your selfishness. I can only say that you deserved it. Oh, no! Don't leave me! You mean you don't care what happens to me? Yes. For the record, I want nothing to do with you. Huh? If you would just get out of this city, it would honestly be helpful. The other mummy friends and I will be able to spend time from now on without feeling stressed out. You don't have to say that much. That's how selfish you are, and we're so fed up with it. Well, then, since we have nothing more to talk about, if you'll excuse me. Also, I'm going to block your number. Wait a minute! Goodbye. Thereafter. It seems that Elise and her husband have become separated shortly after. She left their home and for the time being, started living alone in an apartment. As for her husband, he became completely disillusioned with her, and so divorce seems to just be a matter of time. We, on the other hand, were able to conduct a trip safely. Elise was also not there this time, so this may have been the most enjoyable trip I have ever taken. From now on, I'm going to live peacefully with the friends that I get along with.